Hi everyone, welcome to a Sip and Spin Spindle Spotlight. Today's spindle is the Destiny 3 by Scott Snyder. This is one of the most unique cross-arm spindles that I've ever encountered. A cross-arm spindle is also known as a Turkish spindle, but it gets its name cross-arm because the arms cross. This is such a unique spindle because the arms are made independently and they're made of a very pliable plastic material. It's almost like rubber, which you can check out Scott's site for more information on these. Today, I'm just going to talk about how to spin on this particular type of spindle. So once you get the spindle, you'll see that it comes with 4 separate arms. In order to set those up, you need to create your first cross arm, and then you need to create your second cross arm. So there's a little bit more involved in setting this particular style of spindle up, and then you're going to slide the shaft through the holes and make sure all of the pieces align, and you'll tighten it down. Again, looking at this particular type of spindle, you'll see that the shaft has a pointed end on it and a spot to easily attach that half hitch if you choose to spin this suspended. Just like some of the other spindles that I have spotlighted, because it has the point, you can spin either suspended or supported. Turkish spindles supported are one of my favorite ways to teach new spinners how to spin. So let's get started spinning with this particular style of spindle. The fiber that I'm using is merino combed top. This is a worsted prep. I like this because it's easily obtainable. You can find it lots and lots of different places. If you'd like more information on how to order fiber like this, please reach out and I can get you in touch with some places. So the way that I like to start is to wrap the fiber around the shaft like so, which sort of creates a loop, and that loop is going to come in handy in just a little bit. And I am going to start with my spinning bowl. So I'm going to create a loop, and I'm going to hold that as I start building twist. So instead of just getting started, I'm going to keep it down a ways, and I'm going to build up quite a bit of energy. Now I don't want the energy to travel all the way through this whole thing, so I'm going to draft out a little bit of fiber, and I'm going to stop the twist. Using my thumb and index finger, I'm going to make sure the twist isn't going to travel beyond where I want it to, beyond where I've created a break, essentially. So as you can see, I've now created an absolutely huge amount of energy. So I'm going to park the spindle, put a break on where that is, and you can see some of it out. Some of it has actually started to creep out between my thumb and index finger. But that's okay. I'm going to untwist it and draft out a little bit more, and then I will let the twist travel from the shaft up. And I still have quite a bit of energy, so I'm going to break. I'm going to draft out a little bit more and let it travel up. And again, as I get started, I'm going to spin supported, build up a little bit of a cop. This is a temporary cop. This is the other reason why I like spinning Turkish spindles supported. It's why I like spinning supported, why I like spinning any spindle supported. I like being able to build up a temporary cop as I spin. I'm going to create a quick butterfly. And this is why. I can create a butterfly that enables me to very quickly check my progress. Am I spinning consistently? Do I need to change my form? Am I getting the single that I want? It'll also enable me to ply back, and I'll demonstrate that as well. So this butterfly, yes, it is an extra step, but it gives me some time to analyze and evaluate how I'm spinning. So because I started this with a loop, I have this loop right here. I need to get this onto the spindle. Now, this particular type of spindle, it's a little bit more of a challenge. I'm going to make sure that I hold all of my pieces so they don't come apart. I'm going to slide my loop over the shaft, and then I'll slide my pieces back on. Now, The other nice thing about this particular style of spindle is that if I want it to be a little bit heavier, I can add additional weights. Let me wind this on and I will demonstrate how to add those weights. As always, when you're winding on, over 2 arms under 1 arm. And that's going to create the turtle that will enable you to have a center pull ball when you are finished. So now this is very light. If I want to add a little bit of weight to it, I will simply look for the side that has the larger hole and I will screw in one of the weights. As always, I want to make sure that the arms are going to stay balanced. So if I'm only going to add 2 additional weights, I'm going to make sure that I add one across on the other side. And not on the other same side. I'm going to make sure that I do it on the opposite side. Now with this particular one, I've been very lucky. I've been able to thumb tighten all of these, but this does come with a very nice Allen wrench. So if I need to use that to get them screwed in a little bit better. So now I have a little bit of additional weight. Because this is a worsted prep, if I spin short forward draw, that's going to give me a worsted yarn. Let me try that again. I immediately went to long draw because that's how I spin supported. So let's try this again. So a worsted prep with a woolen spin will give you semi-worsted or semi-woolen yarn. So I am going to create that temporary cup and I am going to spin long draw with this spindle supported. And as you can see, hello dear, here is the worsted sample. It's light, it's airy, and it's fluffy. But if I want to maintain that prep, worsted prep with a worsted spin, I will spin short forward draw. And in order to do that, I will spin suspended. Sweetheart. So I will create a half hitch like so. Now I have this dangling down. I am going to tuck that under one of my silicone bracelets in order to keep it out of the way so it doesn't end up getting spun onto all of this and get in my way. So with that half hitch, now I will be spinning short forward draw. And that's going to eliminate any air that would build up in the single. Wind on just a little bit. So, short forward draw. And as you can see, I have a much tighter yarn with a lot less air in it. So again, you always want to think about what you want your finished yarn to look like. And just like with any other Turkish spindle, when you are finished, oops. It's the other reason if I have a break, it's so much easier to rejoin when it is supported. In my opinion, again, just my opinions. I like having the support. And when you are finished, looking at the bottom, this is my leader. So when I finish building my turtle and take this off, I will have a center pull ball that I can directly ply from. Now, with just this little tiny bit on here, if I pull this off, the ball will collapse on itself. So I will leave that because I do have other videos with me taking those off. So thank you so much for checking in and checking out this particular Spindle's Spotlight. For more information on this spindle, please check out the description below. And if you're looking for another style of spindle, please check out some of my other Spindle Spotlights.